The following episode of the Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout.
Hello, my fellow Disney fans, and welcome to the Kingdom of Isolation, where in times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? And today, we are going to be covering the latest film in the animated classics lineup, Moana 2, which came out in November of 2024. Now, I'm aware that I haven't been on here for months, so let's address all that. I'm aware that the anniversary episode was late. I put that on the I would put that out on the Manchester anniversary instead, so that at least I had something. And I haven't been here for months, so time to address that. I've been dealing with a myriad of health issues. I've been working on a passion project that is now officially released. So thanks to everybody that has been supporting that so far. And now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the Kingdom of Isolation. This is as I mentioned, this is the latest in the animated classics lineup from Walt Disney Animation Studios. And now, the elephant in the room. There's minimal behind-the-scenes info on the film on IMDb, and there isn't anything on Disney Plus on the film either. This isn't exactly a direct-to-video sequel, but it was originally a TV series that started production in 2020, before turning into a theatrical release in February 2024. 9 months before release! Unacceptable! Now, I went on a date to see this, and it was a great date. And I just wish the same could be said about the film. Look, don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but it's not great either. This was David G. Derrick Jr.'s directorial debut and Mark Henn's final work at Walt Disney Animation Studios before retiring. Now let's get back to being wayfinders. Here we go. She's back, and voiced again by Owly Craveler. Pua is with her as well, as they're exploring the island they're on, only to find...
Hey!
What's he doing here? Being voiced again by Alan Tudyk, that's what.
Never change.
And being as comedic as ever. At least he finds a pot for Moana that shows that there were other islands and people out there. The island where Moana finds the pot and proof of other people bears a resemblance to the island formed by the volcano couple from the Pixar Animation Studio short Lava. Don't worry, I will get to the Pixar shorts eventually. Maybe I should start doing that at some point. They'll be relatively easy to do. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just bundle them all into one video. Anyway, now it's time for the first song of the movie.
Finally, we're back to who we're meant to be.
Ah, yes, we certainly are. Moana returns to her home to be greeted by... that. Two of the Moana bees are voiced by Dwayne Johnson's children, Jasmine Johnson and Tiana Johnson. Now, unlike Moana, where Chief Tui's singing voice was provided by Chris Jackson, Temuera Morrison did his own singing as Tui in the sequel. And he also voices Tui in the Maori language dub for the Maori speaking territories. Sina is voiced again by Nicole Scherzinger. Moana then shows her sister what her grandmother showed her.
Where Grandma showed me who we are.
Story time as Moana then tells her sister about the last great Voyager. Then we see the return of of Maui, voiced again by...
What the rock is cooking!
him. Or as Wrestle Talks Ollie Davis calls him, Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Maui is here to confront Matangi, voiced by Ahimi Fraser, who also voiced the character in the Maori language dub in again, the Maori speaking territories.
If you try to reconnect the people of the ocean, he will destroy you.
Back home, Moana has to deal with this kid again.
People.
Again, this bears repeating. Gross! Does the kid know she's 19 here and was 16 in the event of the first film? A bolt of lightning strikes. And it's as if Moana has gone back in time. She's then underwater where we get treated to some stunning visuals here. The luminescence complements the darkness of the water beautifully. Take notes, Avatar, the way of recycling. This is how you do visuals. Yeah, Avatar 2 was mid, and I am not changing my stance on that. It's the exact same film as the first. They brought Stephen Lang back for no reason, switched forest for water, and added family. Yes, I will cover the Avatar films eventually on Mickey's subsidiaries, the Kingdom of Isolation spin-off that looks at the films not made by Walt Disney Animation Studios or Pixar.
This is your future if you cannot find others. In isolation, this is how your story ends.
Hey, look! I've got a different form of isolation. If that helps. Moana is told by Tautevasa that a fire in the sky will guide her. She needs to find Motofetu and reconnect her people, leading us to another great showcase of Auli's vocals, Beyond. But before that, why this was outsourced is beyond me. No wonder the main studio had to step in to improve the animation. Moana's sister doesn't want her to leave, but this needs to be done. Now it's time for Beyond, and this is without doubt my favorite song of the soundtrack. In the early stages of the film, Moana sees stars in the sky. The two that feature are Orion and Cassiopeia. Both constellations are used to determine north and thus other directions. And both were used by ancient civilizations to track their way across oceans. It's great that Mark Mancina and Opatea Fouai are back composing the music for the film. The problem with the songs, there's no Lin-Manuel Miranda. Instead, we have Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear. Did Disney learn nothing from when they hired chart songwriters for Wish? Main criticism here, these two are trying to be Lin-Manuel Miranda by writing songs the way he does. And it doesn't work, as we'll see later.
You need a crew. Hehe and Pua don't count.
And this is where we meet her crew for the mission. Moni, voiced by Hualale Chung. Loto, voiced by Rose Matafeo. And Keeley, voiced by David Fay.
I'm coming with you.
Moana's sister is so cute! And we get to see the ocean become her friend. The score here, used in the first film, is back and just as beautiful as ever. Moana and her crew head off on their adventure, led by the fire in the sky.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Yeah, that's the situation Maui is trapped in right now. Moana, on the other hand, her crew has the IQ of the useless Canadian in Formula 1, which is 0. Next song, what could be better than this?
The answer to your question, what could possibly be better?
No. This is another major criticism with the songs. These fast rapping parts are forced in. The crew are now caught in a current and make it to what they think is Motu Fetu, when in fact,
Kakamora.
out for revenge on Moana. Most of Moana's crewmates' names are of Samoan, Hawaiian, and Maori origin. Loto, the canoe engineer, means heart in Samoan. Kele, the grumpy father, means call in Hawaiian. And Moni, the historian and Maui fanatic, means true in Samoan and could also mean money in Maori. Additionally, Moni looks and sounds a little like Maui. Kotu, the Kakamora that joins Moana's crew, means court in Samoan. The main villain, Nalo, the storm god, means lost in both Samoan and Hawaii. Moana tries to get away from the clam and Kakamora, only to get carried away like heroes, even if they have neurotoxin in the system. Anyway, story time. Wait, I'm missing something. Oh yes, the Moana bees, which I've already covered. The Moana bees being the fan club for Moana. They're Dwayne's daughters, Jasmine and Tiana, named after two Disney princesses. Fair enough. Then his mother, Atamaya Via Johnson, is one of the villagers. How much money in nepotism did he use to get his family into the movie?
Shut up, bitch!
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. This is a family-friendly show, and we do not throw expletives around here. Seriously, the amount of nepotism to get his own family instead of other fans who aren't related to him and other Polynesian tribes to be villagers. This is on the same level as Beyonce paying Disney to have her own daughter in the Mufasa movie. Now it's story time, which culminates in the Kakamora worried that they'll stay separated forever. We then see a green slime monster remove the paralysis our crew are enduring with slime that...
Tastes like coconut.
So the coconut slime is the antidote. The giant green fish-like creature that provides the Kakamora's neurotoxin and anti-neurotoxin appears to be a deep-sea blobfish, also called a blob sculpin. Now to take down the clan. Wait a minute, that's basically which inspired that. So we're just gonna gloss over the fact that this is the video game cliche where the boss you're fighting shows its obvious weak points. Thankfully, one of the Kakamora saved the day, hits the weak point, and sacrifices himself. Wait, I'm sorry. What? Did I just... Wait, I did hear what I think I heard, right? Moana gets separated from her crew, where they find...
Can I get a chee-hoo?
causing Moni to fanboy harder than I do over Ariana Grande. And Haley Steinfeld, and Westlife, and Hans Zimmer.
Alright, I get it!
Thanks for stopping me, Plankton. Now, where were we? Maui's going through some rules for some reason. Maui gets his hook back, and goes to find Moana, who in turn bumps into some nightmare fuel. Thanks? Moana then finds Matangi, all leading to, admittedly, a pretty catchy track, Get Lost, being the title, which contains lyrics that pay tribute to lines sung or spoken by past Disney villains. Trust in Me was originally spoken by Kaa from Jungle Book. Life's Unfair is referring to Life's Not Fair, spoken by Scar from The Lion King. And Life's full of choices, big and small, is referring to Life's Full of Tough Choices spoken by Ursula the Sea Witch from The Little Mermaid. A fun way to pay homage to Disney's past. Again, the music composition, fun, even if it does lift a little from 6 in for the chorus. Those that have seen or heard the music know exactly what I'm on about. Moana puts Maui to shame, and everyone's reunited.
And you're gonna die, your crew's gonna die, and this time, so is the chicken.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Soon we get a welcome gift from Nala, which isn't going to end well.
Hey, I'm an elder! And I'm 3,000 years old, which makes me elder-er.
Okay, here's another issue I have with the film. Some of the dialogue just doesn't work. It's like some of it is just being dumbed down for only kids to understand. That shouldn't be the case with family films. Preschool things like Teletubbies, Tweenies, Hey Doggy, and Bluey. Yes, even if Bluey has a universal appeal from my perspective. Yes, I've watched all of these with either my younger siblings or my nieces and goddaughters. Side note, cannot stand Bella in the trees. Always have, always will. The monsters damage the raft, Moni goes overboard, sunrise hits, and this whole section just felt rushed. Thankfully, everyone is okay, even if they're a bit shaken up from the ordeal.
It's a bad time to say I told you so.
Maui isn't exactly helping and not taking this seriously, transforming into a shark. Now we're into the next song, which...
Come on, Moana, go get your destiny!
Eesh, has forced rhyming like this. And we do not need that sort of implication either. Now the movie's just being childish. And we're still getting the fast-flowing lyrics just for the sake of it. Just leave it to Lin-Manuel Miranda to do those sort of lyrics.
What did you say about my brother?
No. That's not Lin. That's an imposter. So after that questionable motivational boost and the boat being fixed, they head to base Nala.
Well, now I kind of miss the lava monster.
Yeah, that lava monster had a name, and that name is Teka, who was defeated without a heart. And you will put some respect on that name, damn it! Big wave to start, not a good start. But at least the music from Mark Mancina helps add to the intensity. They get over the wave, and Nalo decides to cheat. Maui's words, not mine. Maui goes to pull up the island while Lotso uses the sail on the mast to turn the boat into a speed glider. Why speed? To navigate around the storm. Maui starts pulling the island up, but Nalo doesn't make it easy for him. One more lightning strike and Maui is struck down, losing his powers. Thankfully, the crew find Maui, while Moana manages to touch the island underwater just as the lightning strikes her. This does end the storm and defeat Nala. But Maui thinks that Moana's gone, sacrificing herself to save the day. Maui then starts singing Manavavau, a song written by Opatea Fuai to try and call on Moana's ancestors. This is hauntingly beautiful when it's just Dwayne's vocals before the music starts building. It works as her ancestors are there, including her grandmother as well, creating the symbol that's prevalent throughout the Moana franchise. Moana wakes up and is now a demigod, who all gains the same patterns she has, and Maui regains his demigod powers. A reprise of Beyond plays as the mission is complete. The islands are reconnected, horns are sounded, and it's people from other islands. Maui heads to Moana's island to give her sister a present. Oh, go on, have another. manages to bring the boats that find her on Motupetu, and they help her build a new boat. Kotu is reunited with the Kakamora, and Moana's crew, with Maui, head to explore the ocean.
Oh, sorry, are we not doing evil laughs?
Wait up! What's Hamajoa doing in the mid-credits scene? The end of the credits has a special shout-out to Ron Musker, John Clements, Chris Williams, and Don Hall, the writers behind the first film, expressing gratitude for starting Moana's journey and showing us how far we can go. The film is also dedicated to Michael Dobson, who passed away during the film's production. Whew! Oh boy. Oh boy. This overall is a mixed bag, if I'm being honest. It's just a mixed bag at best. But I don't know. The story, I'm going to give a 7. I feel that more could have been done to make this a memorable journey like the first film. The characters, I also gave a 7. Much like the story, more could have been done with the characters. They could have at least used other Polynesian names to do the voices instead of Dwayne using his entire family, which I've talked about earlier. Visuals, I gave an 8. The wow factor isn't really here this time around. No matter how many bright spots there are, the wow factor isn't really here this time around. But you can see how much extra work had to be done to make the animation cinema work. Soundtrack, I could only give it a 6. Beyond is like really the only song I'd go back to listen to from the soundtrack. The score is good at best, but the rest of the songs with the forced Miranda-isms just don't work. Now on to the legacy. I could only justify giving it a 5. That is how mid this was. So, here we go. It did do well at the box office, 1.059 billion worldwide, with 460 million domestically and 598 elsewhere. Now, on a budget of $150 million, that's a net profit of $415 million once other factors like marketing are taken into account. Only 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, with the general consensus reading, riding high on a wave of stunning animation even when its story runs adrift. Moana 2 isn't as inspired as the original, but still delights as a colourful adventure. Yes, it's got stunning animation in some areas, but I can't really justify the entire film having stunning animation. Again, that's just me. It did get nominated for a Golden Globe, but it didn't win anything. It didn't win any major awards, which is a real shame, because it lost out to Flow that year. It lost out to Flow, which cannot recommend enough if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. 4 Annie nominations, and none of them were in a major category. And even then, it still didn't win. 4 nominations at the Kids' Choice Awards, winning 2 of them. 1 for Dwayne, and 1 for Owly, for favorite animated voice in their respective categories. Inside Out 2 did beat it to favorite animated movie. And yes, the Kids' Choice Awards did take place, checks notes, just a few weeks ago at time of recording. While in the favorite movie song category, Was there any doubt who'd win that one? And that's really about it. Yeah, it didn't even get nominated for any Oscars. So just as context, this is the third year in a row that Disney or Pixar have not won any award, any Oscars. Not for Best Original Song, not for Best Animated Film. It hasn't won anything for the last 3 years. Surely that should be the wake-up call. But as I say, that's really about it. And even then, it's inferior to the first film, and I can't really justify putting it over the original, especially when it's getting a live-action remake that's releasing barely a decade after the original. The overall score for Moana 2 is a 66%, which, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's above Wish, but below the Three Caballeros. That's how low down the scoreboard it is. Can I recommend this film though? Yeah, if you want to give the kids something to watch. But that's really about it. Anyway, that's it for this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation today, where we looked at Moana 2. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom. Click the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live. Next episode, we're going to be back with the Disney Toon Studios films as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of a Goofy movie. Just remember, it's hard to be cool when your dad is goofy. But until then, I'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.